I want it. Gotta make to myself a promise. I won't quit, keep going till I got it. I won't give up till I'm on top.
Yo, no, I ain't the type to give up. If I do something, man, I do it till I get what I want. I turn a business out of nothing into something I love. I got a poker face, but honestly, I'm not one to bluff. I flip a switch, never miss, man, I always stay up. Don't let them see you, bitch, always have a plan to stay tough. This life ahead of you ain't easy, it was built to be rough. But that's what makes a personality, is tragedy, bruh. So keep your head on your shoulders. Now we ain't out here moving rocks, we out here moving boulders. Now we ain't getting posterized, we out here making posters, and we ain't got nothing to hide.
What up? What up? What up? Welcome into Pregaming here on Sports Money, Monday to Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. You already know the best in the business come here to share their favorite looks, trying to cook the books. And we still have another 2-game slate. Damn. These 2 gamers make it tough. But we don't take no days off here. We out here moving rocks. We out here moving boulders. That's what we do. We're trying to get paid. We got 2 Major League Baseball games today. Mets and Brewers. Braves and Padres. And that's okay. It's okay. Got first strike to shoot tonight. Get a jump start on college football. Get into the NFL. We got the prop shop. We got all kinds of things coming up. But today, we have to make our way with just 2 games in Major League Baseball. So we're going to do just that. We will do just that. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out. I'm kind of bouncing around the chat here, and I see my guy Steve says, Mike, why'd the Astros have to do us dirty like that? Thought they would demolish them today. Good on La Tigres. Those effing cheaters. Listen, I see my guy Gonzo in the chat. I know he and I were talking earlier today. What a trend. We're going to have to write this one down. We're going to have to write this one down. I don't go in out of order. I don't give a darn. I don't give a darn. Here's one to write down. When the team loses by less than 3 runs and they score less than 3 runs, I think it's now 38-17 or something like that. And it's on a 13-game winning streak. So that was them Tigers. It just didn't make sense in that game, Steve. We got a bullpen day with them Astros, or I should say with the Tigers. Thought that first 5 look made a lot of sense. They just couldn't hit. The bats just shut down. No bats from them Astros. It is what it is. Let's see if we can get this Kansas City spot home here. We got the under 7.5 given out to the members earlier today. Look, it's the reason we don't triple up on games here, but we had that first 5 Houston -0.5 did not cash for us. The hitter prop, our guy gets it done for the Royals right off the gate in Massey. But Kyle Tucker, mother bleeper, he screwed us on that one out there. I think we're going to be okay though. I think we've got ourselves. Look, if you guys want, I was just late because I was working together. Something kind of had this little epiphany on a 2-leg prop parlay between these 2 Major League Baseball games. It's plus 637. Yeah, 2 legs. How about that? But what you can expect from tonight's show is I've got a same game parlay for that Mets Brewers game. It's 10-1. I'm going to give you a side in that Brewers game. I'm going to give you a side in that Braves and Padres game. And we can potentially add this fun little guy if you guys want to get in there. And look, both sides are juicy. You got a plus 235. You got a plus 120. I don't know. Maybe we play each of those sides and combine this parlay as well. So we'll talk about it. We'll get to the business of getting to the business, but it's going to be fun. This is the bridge, right? Wednesday, hump day. Mike. It's hump day. Then we got Thursday. Thursday's the bridge to the weekend, and away we go. We got a big UFC show again on Friday. I believe it starts around 6 p.m. And I want to say there's 13 fights. So we're going to get there. We're going to have a big college football day. I know there's going to be a lot of things coming, but for the meantime, how do you sugarcoat it? We got 2 games tonight. That's why I was kind of looking at some of these props and thinking, why not? Why not sprinkle a quarter or half unit around on some things just to have some fun? Just trying to have some fun. Got to make that money, though. That's the biggest thing. Last night, ups and downs. The Aces, we talked about that game. Man, it was sitting at 164 on the dot. with like 18 seconds left in the game, I thought maybe we get there. Maybe, but another live betting opportunity, though. We've talked about those in the WNBA before. When these teams get to a point where they bloat that total up to 10, it was 174.5 at the end of the first quarter for a live bet on the total. And it still ended around the number. Big takeaways, you guys, as you look to live bet, the WNBA specifically, opportunities there. We got that Lynx first half. Look, we knew going into that game, the Aces had to figure out a way to try to shut that Liberty team down, and I think they did. I mean, they lost, right? But they figured it. Well, they lost our total, but they figured out a way to kind of get in front of them and throw some blocks out there. Try to keep that scoring down. Still a lot of scoring. What are you going to do? It is what it is. But they go back home. Them Aces, they got home court advantage now, and maybe they figure out a way to push back. And I still believe it's going to be Liberty Sun Championship. But what we knew is the Lynx couldn't lose that game. They started out like crap. I had to look at the time. They started out like crap the first game. Wasn't going to happen 2 games in a row. Not for potentially obviously at this point, one of the best teams in the WNBA. Same game probably didn't get there, though. So, in terms of kind of the, the dynamite blowing up in our hands a little bit, we basically walked away from that Lynx game with a push. We lost that unit on the Aces game, but we made some ground up, right? We got that the King parlay, the under 1.5 earned runs, the 5+ Ks in San Diego was plus 216. San Diego was easy money. And then the King over, I say Kings. I've been studying for hockey, so I'm ready to go for the LA Kings, but King over 5.5. What do you end up with, 12? We missed a ladder opportunity there. That's not me. I'll blame myself. When they get over double digits and we don't start talking ladders, that's my fault, you guys. So I'll blame myself, but we picked up that 3.1 units there. So all in all, we ended up plus 2 units. We lost that live bet prop as well. So about a unit. It's a grind. It's disappointing. But it is what it is. And we live to fight another day. That's the most important thing, is that we live to fight another day, and we'll try to fight. So let's go. Let's see what you guys got going on here. It's going to be a short show tonight. I know I say that a lot, and then 45 minutes later, we're still going. But tonight it is a short show. I got a lot of stuff to do to get ready for this weekend, and this gives me an opportunity to get ahead of it. So I'm going to take that advantage. And I've already got 4 college football games that are must bets. I believe they're must bets. And as we look at the schedule for college football, we have 2 games going tomorrow. Texas State, Troy, Sam Houston, UTEP. We'll be talking about those games. Baltimore. Baltimore gets on the board here. 1-1. Kansas City, Baltimore. I just like the under that spot. I thought it was a Baltimore spot, but let's talk some baseball numbers too. I found some interesting angles and analysis today that I'll share with you guys here as we kind of relate to this thing here. But then Friday, we've got a big college football slate on Friday. We got 4 games on Friday. So collectively, we have 6 college football games between Thursday and Friday. We've got the NFL game between I believe it's the Saints and the Falcons, if I'm not mistaken. So lots of games coming up. Got lots of work to do to make sure we make the most of those opportunities in front of us, and try to make the most of what we have here tonight. So get your plays in the chat. You know the deal. The best in the business assemble here. Get your pens and paper out. Got a lot to talk about, despite it only being a 2-game card. And like I said, if you guys want that parlay, you tell me. I'm not in the business of trying to get, this is going to be a fun little, it's going to be it's going to be more than a cut. It's going to be a pizza bet. We'll call it a pizza bet for me. Because pizza's getting fucking expensive. And it's over the 8-minute mark. So I nailed it. And of course, you guys, make sure you put your plays in the chat so we can talk about what you guys are on here. We got to get ready. Hit that thumbs up button. And shout out to Old E. Gifted a Sports Money membership, my dude. Helping us grow the community. Seasoned, experienced bettors. Leveraging tools and technology to make informed betting decisions. You know it. You know the deal out here. Trying to figure out how these games are going to go and where we got to go to put our money to make that cash. So shout out to you, Old E, my dude, rocking and rolling with us on a regular basis. Let's see what's going on in the chat. We'll get to business and we'll get up out of here. So this first baseball game starts at 7:30. Then we've got the late night special for that San Diego Atlanta game. So plenty of time to go. And like I said, if you guys want this parlay, just tell me you want it and we'll talk through it. And I'll tell you why I think it's a good look. So how's that sound? How'd that be? Let's get to work. Shout out to Joe T. He's coming through with the play for us today. The F your under play of the day. Mets team total over 3.5. I like it. Let me tell you. We all know Joe T likes his overs, but we know Joe T likes his Brewers. And so if he's throwing out a Mets team total out there, it's about as unbiased as you can get, in my opinion. Write that one down. We're going to talk about that as we talk about this Mets and Brewers game. Shout out to Sancho. He's got Mets money line and the Padres money line. A couple of spots there for our guy Sancho. He's tailing that under 7 in the Royals game. Let's see if we can get that thing home, man. That's the key. Where are we at? Let's see where we're at with this game itself. Bottom of the 5th, 1-1. No, there's a walk. Seth Lugo throws a walk out there. Got runners on first and second. No outs. Maybe trouble for Kansas City. Maybe. Shout out to NJ Striker. There's my dude, Kenny Wood. There's Joe says, go Guardians. Go where? To the golf course? Or are they going on vacation? It's getting chilly. It's getting chilly in the Great Lakes region. Maybe they're going on a little excursion. Maybe it's a boys' golf trip to end the season off. I can only imagine what that would look like for baseball. Old East is still breaking down this week's college football. Likes Iowa team total under 12.5. See ya at the window. I'm going to tell you this. It's a bad spot for Iowa this week. Hint, hint. Stay tuned for college football. Speaking of college football, the consensus report, you guys. I don't know if you're familiar with this or not. Try to popularize it a little bit. Popularize it, I guess is the term there. Now we got fully loaded bases for the Orioles. Don't fuck our under. Don't fuck our under, Kansas City. You can play like shit, but don't screw our under over. Come on. Anyhow, the consensus report, you guys, provided by Ramon Scott, breaking down big action, conglomerates, betting syndicates, sharp bettors betting big cash, and they're aggregating that information. The tools, I told you, tools and technology to make informed betting decisions includes us buying these things that you guys don't have to. So getting that information and populating that in the community tab for you guys on Saturdays is just a guide, just a tool to, maybe you're 50-50. Maybe it's a game that you like, but you're not sure how to get your action. I mean, it's a game you want to watch and you're just looking to find a little way to sprinkle some cash. We're giving that to you guys at no cost. So it's out there. It'll be on that community tab. And again, it's from our guy, Ramon Scott. That's one of, I know, the 24 different tools that we utilize over here. Listen, this is a technology age. You got to leverage technology. The books are doing it. They got the best programs in the business to bust your bankrolls. So we got to go put it back on them. We got to use these tools and technology to bust their butt. And that's what it comes down to. Shout out to you, Oldie. Appreciate that insight on that team total under 12.5. My guy, Justin McKelvey, says sports money is money. God damn right. You already know. Shout out to Chris Sella. Says, drill, baby, drill. Yeah, Justin McKelvey says, fuck the Astros and Tucker. Yeah. Good thing is they are done. And Gonza says, what's up? Glad to be rid of the trash cans. Everybody kind of feels the same way about them Astros. Get them out. Get them out of there. Just paves the way for a Phillies championship. Shout out to my dude, Wine Time. He says, what's up? My brother. What's up, Wine Time? Brother, I see what you're doing, man. Keep rocking. Let's go. Steve Underbox says, Tucker standing in that second at bat and watching three. I know. I bet you he screamed at that point too. In my dealer's showroom. People like, what the fuck? Shout out to you, Mario Barrios. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for coming hanging out with us. Voodoo Ranger. Holy shit. Let me see what this is. All half and quarter units. See, that's what I'm saying, man. Look, we got to build the bankrolls. We got to make some of these decisions. But when you're bopping out plus money spots and quarter units and half units, it's kind of how we approach that UFC stuff. Like there's fights that we like. We're going to go heavy. We like to have action. Sean Manaea, 3+ earned runs, plus 130. Terrio, 2+ hits, runs, RBIs, minus 125. I like that one a lot because he was lit up yesterday for me and he didn't do shit. So definitely a bounce back spot. Lindor, home run, plus 425. Okay. Joe M. Musgrove, under 16.5 outs at minus 130. That's an interesting one with line movement. I think that opened up at 17.5 and it is getting juiced down. So that's an interesting spot. Ozuna, home run for Atlanta Braves. Ursula, 2 bases, plus 145. Gia, 2+ hits, runs, and RBIs at plus 105. That's a card right there, man. That's going to be fun to watch tonight. That's like a bingo card, right? Scratch them off as they come across the finish line. I'm down with that. J Main says, yo, what up, gang? Let's go, J Main. Says, I need a car. You guys can connect. Look, we're going to make some money, get some cash to pay for that car. Shout out to Trisha M. She says, I'm here for butt rub and plays only. I wish I could show you guys. I had something set up, but it didn't come through properly. And I figured, I don't know if you guys want to see this graph that was put together, but it's the intersection point. Views go up, 20-minute mark, peak. That's what we talked about the other day. Let's go. Old E says, I'm a D-Gen 2-leg Detroit KC, both money line. Shout out to Nunya in the house. Dana Delps out there. Let's go, man. Appreciate you guys rocking with us. KB, Atlanta team total under 3. Shout out to Keith, each every stride. My dude had himself a big Dana White Contender Series night last night. Congrats to you, Keith. You deserve it, man. You were grinding. You've been working hard, figuring this thing out. Love to see you put the hours in and get paid for it. That's what it's all about. KV like San Diego, minus 108. San Diego, minus 1, plus 145. So sorry, Justin. Shout out to Marcus McCarthy. There's Nasty Nate. Jay Main says, you doing any MLS? I could. What's going on in the MLS board? What is going on? I was running around chasing my ass all day today, so it's been a busy day, but there is some MLS, huh? There's a shitload of MLS. Wow. That's a lot of MLS. Wow. Maybe I'll talk to our guy Sub after this, and I know we're going to be talking some UFC for the weekend. Wow. There's a lot of matches out there, huh? Woo! Yeah. Look for something. We'll drop something for you, J-Main. We'll connect. We'll figure it out. Shout out to my guy. Smoke and Mirrors. My brother. You know, my guy. Love my guy here. I don't know if I should say that. Shout out to JPV 1951. Took King over 7.5 Ks. Good for you, man. You know, in hindsight's always 20/20, but didn't that make a lot of sense? I talked about he was the kryptonite for Atlanta. Sorry for all those Atlanta first 5 bettors. It didn't make any sense. Made no sense. Now, I was a little nervous with the earned runs for our player prop, but hey, we cashed. It's fun to get a prop cash, isn't it? It's like, whew, helped us get through the dark days there. Dana Delp just live bet Baltimore plus 125. Shout out to Ramon Scott, host of the Morning Steam. Best way to wake up in the morning. The soothing sounds of Ramon Scott and Final. I always laugh because I'm like, Ramon, what the hell's Final at 6 a.m. your time? But my man finds a way to get that money. I know he's been working on some soccer as well. Jay Main, I'm on this Hornitos getting litty, gone by a good night, trying to try my luck with MLS. I must bet I have a problem. As long as you know, when they say responsibly to me, that just means, throw a couple dollars at it at least, right? Have some fun with it. That's what it's got to be fun too. Now, it's not fun losing, but we're going to find enough winners here that we can still have some fun and try to make a big bang for it. So shout out Trisha M says, here come the Orioles. I know she was live betting them and she's giving the pizza money. Dono. I like pizza. Shout out to you, Trisha M. Thank you, Trisha M. Real one, rocking and rolling with us on the regular, providing that $5 dono. Cheers, Trisha M. Shout out to Philly Eagle Flyer in the house. Let's go, you guys. Let's get after it. There's Jay Peasy. Says, what up, motherfuckers? I'm on the under in the Orioles game. Over in the Mets game. David Delp says pizza. Philly Eagle likes the team total over 3.5. Jay Peasy says the under is about to implode. But don't say that. Don't say that. Let's get out of this. Let's get out of this. One more strike. Can we get one more strike? Can we get one more strike? Kelly V says losers in Atlanta. San Diego team total under. Oh, I'm not sure. Over 3, over 1. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, team totals, I guess. Team totals for KV. Let's go. Philly Eagle Flyers on the team total tied. There's some MLS for you guys. Our guy Joe T coming through. Nashville wins in the over 175. Okay. Let's go. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hang on. I'll be right back. I looked today. I saw the plug wasn't fully in, and there was the warning that said, your shit's about to die, dude. Plug it in. Shout out to you. All you guys rocking with us. Pop out. Yes. We got out of it. We got out of it. Jerry Davis says, honestly, Mike, the format of that thing was a little confusing to me. What thing? What thing did I miss? Honestly, the format of what? Tell me what thing it is. Let's see if we can clarify it. Tell me what we need to clarify. Shout out to Steven Hairston. Let's go. Needs the Orioles, Mets, and Braves to clean this B up. Ice X says, let's go Brewers and Braves. Let's go, you guys. Shout out to Skunk Blaster, my guy, author of the Skunk Bag Play of the Day. Often imitated, never duplicated. Hashtag sports money. Shout out to you, brother. Thank you, Skunk Blaster. Thank you guys, man. So much fun. So much fun coming in, you guys hanging out. Even if we have a 2-card slate, you guys are still awesome. Building our community, providing donos. First of the month, man. Them bills come due. And it means a lot that you guys rock and roll and help us pay the bills to keep the lights on here. Philly Eagle Flyer likes to both teams to score parlay. Atlanta, Orlando, New York Football Club. The Crew, the Rapids. And I know that is Salt Lake. Plus 692. There's a score. KV. Churio leading off today, by the way. Shout out to my guy, John C. rocking with us. Jerry Davis says, I bet nobody to get 5 plus 135. Then Hater has to walk the guy and then give up a triple. Oof. Ice X likes the Brewers minus 1.5. Kind of nice with a small little ensemble today to see what everybody's on. See, shout out to Cameron Sinet. Main event with Alcaraz. Woke up to that morning money. Hell yeah. I looked at that this morning. My guy Skunk Blaster came through with the morning money for us. And there's this place for MLS. You guys asked for it. We got it in the chat. We definitely got it with the boys and girls in the chat. New York City Football Club, Charlotte, and Atlanta United Moneyline Parlay, and the Seattle Sounders. Oh, I like that Sounders draw, no bet. I kind of just recreationally follow MLS. So there's a couple spots I know about that. Let's go. Oldie says, at Ramon Scott, at Sports Money. Morning steam make the drive to work so much better. Oh, yeah. Done it. Let's go. None of you likes the Mets over 7.5 in the Mets game and the Braves money line. Shout out to Cameron Sinet. He's giving the $4.99 dono. Says, shout out to Skunk Blaster. You guys are awesome, man. Shout out to you, Cameron Sinet. Rocking and rolling with us. As long as he doesn't say Skunk Blaster Army and he keeps it to the Pimp Slap Army, we're all good, brother. Thank you, Cameron Sinet. Thank you for being a real one, dude. Hanging out, rocking with us here. JPZ says the Royals get out. Tarek B says, woohoo! I survived the first 5 under and the 4.5. Let's go. Kelly B says, NHL anyone? Philly Eagle Flyer on Utah money line. Man, Friday, we will have official first plays of the NHL season. Our quest to 62, I looked again, it was 62.5 units last year. Our quest to 62.5 regular season units begins on Friday. Can't wait for that. Isaac says 1 team sweeps in Prague, and that'll be the day. Sabres, hopefully. I see what you're saying. Yeah, so when you look at it, right? When you look at this information and you see it, let's see here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. We got a few minutes. It's worth it because I think this is a valuable tool for everybody to take advantage of. So I want you guys to recognize what the fuck it is. Let's see. There it is. Blow your screens up. As you look at this college football consensus report, you see the first line says, so it's always going to be the team and then the total. So in this case, that first line was Eastern Michigan. Of the 8 syndicates or sharp bettors that bet on it, it was 5-3 to beat. That's what that over means. 5-3 of the 8 syndicates measured over Kent State. So the consensus report was showing the favors of the big bettors was 5-3 in favor of Eastern Michigan. That second number said also 0-1 to the under. So there was only one syndicate that was betting to that under. One sharp better that was betting to that under, but there was only one measured syndicate or sharp better that was on that total. Then you see the next one below, UTSA at Eastern Carolina. There was no side, but it said 2-0 to the over. So that meant that of this case here, of the syndicates, 2 of them had the over, nobody had the under. The next one though, so I can see why it's a little confusing, because the over kind of stated the way it is. Just keep in mind, the total is going to be capitalized. The over, if it's lowercase, or is going to be basically meaning to win, right? So Clemson 9-2 to win over Stanford. Georgia Southern at Georgia State 2-2. It was a split. See how it doesn't? There's no overs in there. It's just because it's split, right? So you can use this. Just use it as a benchmark, right? Northern Illinois, or a weather vane. Northern Illinois and NC State 5-5. Also 0-1 to the under. So there's an advantage in that Northern Illinois game from a sharp better perspective to the under. They're split between Northern Illinois and NC State, but there's that 0-1 to the under. So I don't know if that helps or not, but think about it like this. It's which way is the wind blowing, right? Gives you kind of an indicator if there are. If you have access to cash flow movement tools, look and see. Sometimes you'll see that number moves a touchdown, and syndicates and conglomerates will go back in there and they'll buy the other side. They're trying to middle it out. I'm not a big middle guy because I don't bet early in the week like that. I'm not laying down action on a Monday for college football on a Saturday. Mostly I just don't want to. They'll try to buy the number. They don't even watch the games. They're just trying to buy the numbers. So I hope that helps. Let's go. Sancho says, anybody on the Royals money line? Looks like the live betting process came in on the other side. There's more MLS action from Joe T. He's got a draw. San Jose, Dallas. First half draw, plus 140, and full game draw. There you go. There's a little action. Doesn't look like the Kings are starting their best bets. Yeah. I don't know. You tell me if that was helpful or not. Yeah, just use it as a weather vane. Just an opportunity to see, again, where's big money coming in? Now, if you see something like the Indiana-Maryland game last week, it was 13-6 for Indiana to beat Maryland. So they loved it. Now, they either love the side or they love the number. 6 to the under. So they love the under. Then you look at that Connecticut, 9-1 over Buffalo. 9-1, probably one of the biggest edges on the day. And Connecticut nuked Buffalo. Nuked them. So no tool is going to be 100%. It's just more technology for you guys to have at your fingertips built into what we're doing here to try to help you guys, again, make informed betting decisions. Put a 1 in the chat if I sound like a dick every time I say that. But that's all it is. That's literally all it is trying to use all this information that we aggregate all the time from our networks, from our sources, from the tools that we have, bringing it together for you guys. Again, to make informed betting decisions. Okay, let's go. We've kicked the can around enough. We do. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you, Dave. Let's go. First game. I do like analytics. Not so much the way you put it there, Trisha M. Thanks, Justin. Thanks. Look, we got these tools for you guys, and I'm happy to do it. So I'm happy to share it with you guys, and that's the way we'll go. So Tarek B wants to do a duck race. Look, we got 2 games tonight. I'll do a duck race with you guys. We'll do a duck race at the end of this, huh? I'll give you guys the winner will get a chance for the second chance survivor that starts this week. Shout out to my guy, Gonzo. He got himself a little shit. How about this? I think it's the fastest I've ever seen the survivor pool end. And it ended this week. Wow. Interesting spot. All right, you guys, let's go. I told you guys I wasn't going to keep you here unnecessarily long. And I don't know. Hopefully you guys found that consensus report information helpful. Look, it comes in a fucking jumbled file. So we got to break it down, get the spacing right, make sure that but we want to get it out to you guys as quickly as possible. And your boy here likes to cocktail on a Friday night. No, like Friday, like Tuesday. It's hard to get up early in the morning, 6 a.m. and fire that stuff out there. But, if you guys utilize it, if you use it this week, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up on it. Let's see how many people actually at least look at it this week. And, it comes out, we typically get it over the course of the day. And if we get enough of you guys that look at it over the course of the day, then the afternoon and then the evening, I'm happy to work with Ramon to get that stuff out to you guys as well. So we can do that. This is about the community and giving you guys access to the information we have to make informed betting decisions. All right, you guys, Mets and Brewers open up here. Minus 108 now, minus 121, 59% of the bets and 48% of the cash on the Brewers. And yet it's moved 13 cents in the Brewers' direction. The total's moving on up. 7 now at an 8. 89% of the bets and 90% of the cash. We've got Manaea. We've got Montas. And of course, we saw yesterday the Mets were able to get on top and take advantage of that team. Overall spots for this game here. This is the game that I have a same game parlay on. And if you guys, you said you like the pizza money. So what the fuck? I'll share that with you too. Couple things. Let me start it off with you guys. Let me share it with you. Let me put it on the screen and then I'll talk through it as it's on the screen for you guys to look at. So there's 2 plays for me on this one. The first is the same game parlay. It's 4 legs. It's Manaea over 1.5 earned runs is the ER. Montas over 1.5 earned runs. Nimmo RBI and the Brewers to win the game. The second play is the Brewers to win the game. So think about this one like we did yesterday with that Michael King spot, right? With the Padres. But this one's a lot larger. So in terms of that bankroll management process, look, it's a full unit for me on the Brewers. I'll pivot back to a quarter unit on this monster. It's gonna probably be a half a unit total for me when it's all said and done, but because I put it on 2 different sites. But the thought process there being, I want to walk away with some money, and I'm going to tell you why I think the Brewers are the team that's going to get this job done. But I love these spots, so let's talk about it. First of all, these guys just played, right? They just played last week. The Brewers beat them up that series. Then the Mets came back, and obviously yesterday, surprise, surprise. The expectation was coming off that doubleheader, travel, and all the other shit that boiled into the equation. They were going to be in a bad spot. And in fact, their bats just stayed hot. Flip side, though, Atlanta cooled right down. I know KV said that. Let's hope the bats stay cool. And that was the expectation again, the travel spot. Wasn't just the travel spot, though. It was the king spot. The king spot is why we dominated that game. And with this game on the flip side here, this is one of those spots like I was talking with our boy earlier today, and I said, this total for this Tigers game, coupled with this 37 and 12 trend or whatever it was, tells me that the Astros bullpen is going to blow it. And sure enough, the Astros bullpen blew it. This game, we got a 7.5, and it's juiced to the over on the 7.5. And we're seeing 8s. So they're expecting runs in this game from a books perspective. And the last time these two guys played, both these pitchers leaked like oil. right? They were horrible. Now, Manaea, in general, isn't good. He's given up 2 or more runs almost every single game since the Brewers have acquired the guy. I'm sorry, Montas. I flipped that around. Manaea, on the flip side, he ain't much better. You know, you look at this thing here. The last game that these two guys went out and played, you know, Manaea, 12-5, 3.47 ERA, shit ton of strikeouts, 184 over 181 innings. But 5 runs and 7 hits over 3.2 innings the last game. He got smoked, roasted and toasted, as we have said before. Montas, same thing, 2+ runs every game since he's been acquired for the Brewers. He's only 7-11 overall, but he's got a 4.84 ERA. So the fact that these guys, last guy I'm out, he only goes 4 innings. And the fact that these guys have not gone the distance, have gotten roasted in a game where the books are expecting runs, made me want to go right back to these guys' earned runs. Yesterday, we went with the under for the Michael King earned runs because he's a fucking smoke job. Flip side, these guys are tomato cans. So we take both of them and they're over 1.5 earned runs. The added piece of that with Nemo's side of things, his September's not great. There's no question about it. He's got that 189 batting average in the last, 30 days. But you know what we do? We break it down. We boil it down into recent performance. He's got 7 RBIs in his last 11 games. And when you look at his overall performance out there from a Montas perspective, yeah, Montas does all right against righties. He's a 209. He balloons to 276 against lefties. Why not pick on Nemo? The fuck? Guy's 7 of 11. Team I game I expect runs. And a guy that puts runs out there versus a pitcher that's struggling against lefties. We look at the Brewers side of things, and the reason I ended up with the Brewers in this game, this is a fade the Mets game 2. We've talked about this before. Game 2 of a series. This one's a little different because it could only be a 2-game series. The Mets are you're 40-13 if you fade the Mets in game 2 of a series. 40-13. Take my chances with Montas. Now, here's the thing. If you're thinking about the zigzag theory, we've all thought about that before. This is what I learned today. The zigzag theory don't mean shit in baseball. It wins at a 33% rate. The zigzag theory meaning one team won this game, the next team is going to win the next game. In fact, when you look at these series last year, every one of them closed out in game 2 in the wild card series. So potentially a difficult situation for sure. The zigzag not necessarily going to reign true for us, but fading that Mets team in this spot is a spot I want to be involved with. I do think there's going to be runs. I do like the ability for the matchup specifically with the batters versus pitcher side of things here. And I'm going to take them Brewers. Now, you guys tell me what you think. I obviously talked way too long because there's a shit ton of comments out there. Shout out to you guys for still being active and engaged with us here. Shout out to Old E, gifted another Sports Money membership. My guy, you know what you're doing is you're helping to ensure that everybody that's a member on Saturday gets access to that consensus report. And you're the man, Old E. Shout out to you, brother. I will post-show rock a shot in your honor. I certainly will, my dude. Appreciate you. Jerry Davis says, second baseman as the Royals. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. What else you guys got? Shout out to Trisha M. Holy shit. Gifting 5 Sports Money memberships. All right. You guys made me do it. You made me do it. Pop the top in your honor. Trisha M. Oldie, my brother from another mother. Let's go. We got Skunt Blaster. We got Cameron Sinet. Appreciate you guys contributing on the regular, being troopers, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for rocking with us here. Damn, it's humbling. It's humbling that you guys are spending this time on a 2-game slate. Appreciate you guys, man. Cheers. There's the Jack. And there's the Coke. Jack and Coke. Shout out to Coca-Cola. We are inviting new sponsors. Woo! You guys get me fired up. All right, let's talk about this little fun guy. Jerry Davis has to bet that back the Mets and Minaya. Okay. Look, we can agree to disagree. Normally I would hope you win, but since I have 1.5 units stacked on this game, a half a unit in that case, you guys know I'm going to be really freaking happy if that Minaya and Montas start off leaking runs in this game. All right, let me talk to you guys about this little same game parlay I put together last minute. Let me type it in a little chat for you guys. Yeah, that was a little hunt and peck. Yeah. So what? All right. Because Trisha M's coming through. You guys are rocking with us, gifting them sports money memberships. Let me share this with you guys. Terang. Milwaukee Brewers. Over a half a stolen base. And we'll talk about the Atlanta side here in a minute with Max Fried. Oh, I'm sorry. That's wait. Whoa. Don't put that in yet. Quality control fucked up on that one. It's kind of a big difference. It's Fried under 17.5 outs. And that's a plus 637. So be responsible, you guys. I put some work in. I found some spots. I've got some of these tools that do identify spots for us to take advantage. Here's the thing about the Brewers. They are 16 for 16 in stolen bases against the New York Mets. They are aggressive as F. And the F stands for the UCK. Terang is a guy that gets on base. He's got a ton of speed out there. And if anybody's going to get the stolen base, he's in the leadoff. It's tough being the lefty. But of all the guys I like to be able to go out there and steal the base, it was me a little Terang opportunity. Just look at the number of stolen bases he's got on the season as well. So I know this is a little off the cuff here. It was that last minute spot that I was putting in before the show started. But, overall, kind of look at the overall performance with these guys. His batting average is a 600 postseason. He's getting on base. Overall, it's the kind of guy you want to be involved with here. In his last 5 games, 20 at-bats, he's got 5 hits. Can't steal him if you don't get on base. Biggest thing for this guy out there. And in that leadoff role, we know he's going to roll through 4 times. Game 1, what did he do? Well, he had 2 doubles. He had a single. And he's fast. 94th percentile in Major League Baseball in sprint speed. Stolen base of 7 of the Brewers' last 15 games as well. That's almost a 50% rate, this dude's stealing bases. Now, when I mentioned the opportunity for this one, plus 235 is the money line for Terang to steal a base. So you have some options. If you're looking to just make a couple dollar investment, maybe it's a quarter unit on this whole thing, and it's a quarter unit on him to get the job done. That way, if Fried does go deep, which we'll talk about in a second why I don't think he does, well, then at least you're still being profitable. The biggest thing about taking some of these swings is that we're still winning money if some of these things come through. And we've been hitting it like an 85% clip on our prop rates when it comes to these parlays. So that's what I got for you guys out there. That's what I think is going to cash for us. And that's what I put my money on. So that's going to cover this Brewers game. We're going to add, so you've got the same game parlay. 2 pitchers earn runs over 1.5. You got Nimmo at the RBI, and you got the Brewers. We're taking the Brewers for the full unit on the money line. Second game we got. The only other game we got. I saw a ton. In fact, I'm going to go as far as to say everybody, their brothers, their mothers, their aunts, their uncles. And I learned today, 6 states allow you to have a pet, be considered a family member. Them 6 states have their pets betting on the first 5 under in this Braves game as well. This line's kind of weird, though. It opened at 68% bets on the San Diego Padres, 52% of the bets, 52% of the cash on the Padres. So it's almost a 50-50 from kind of the money, but the public is definitely coming in on the Padres. Minus 120 down to minus 117. But it's more line stabilization because we have the money line open up at even money, plus 100 for the Braves. Now it's plus 105. And the total's coming down. It opened at 7. It's down to 6.5. First 5 has not moved, by the way. Think about that. It opened at 3.5. It has not come down off the 3.5. But the full game has gone from 7 to 6.5. We have 77% of the bets and 68% of the cash on the over in that spot. You know, this one, I don't want to call it square. I don't call it a square bet. As much as we talked about the zigzag theory not applying, well, I guess it does kind of apply here, right? Teams that won game 1, when I was talking about that zigzag theory in the postseason, are 32 of 47. So 32 and 15 in game 2s. They're not pushing the series. They're winning the series. Home favorites, I learned, are winning at a 72% rate if they won game 1. They're not extending the series. San Diego. We just talked about Nemo with the New York Mets. San Diego, 16-3 against left-handed pitchers. They are nuking lefties. Shout out to my guy, Nuke Worker. They are nuking lefties. They're winning those games on average 6-2. Pushes that over that 6.5. If the home team won, there's an over. It's a small boost. It's like 55% to the over that second game in game 2. Now, we talk about Max Fried. Here's why I took him out of this equation. First of all, you know my deal. Guy goes 8+ innings, stretches it out. The previous game was on his way to a no-no, gets hit for three pops and still didn't allow any runs. In spots like that, when the team has a starter who gave up less than 2 runs and they're in the dog roll. So think about it. Hot pitcher. Teams marked as a dog, though, for a reason. They're 6-21 straight up in those spots. When Max Fried comes off a 0, he's 1-4 in those spots. For the most part, Musgrove's been knocking it down. His last 3 games, only 2 earned runs. Not quite the hitting dynamic numbers that we saw with San Diego yesterday, but still good enough for me. I singled this one up for the Padres. So if you think strategically about how the card got played out here tonight, it's the Brewers and it's the Padres. It's square. I thought the numbers made sense. Then a couple swings with some parlays to try to make some big bucks, you know, just to have a little fun. We talked about the bingo card earlier today, and that's kind of what I think about with this game here. It's a fade for Max Fried for me because this is everything for Atlanta. They lose this game, they go home, they're out of the playoffs. So if Max Fried does chunk it up, as his tendency shows historically after he goes deep, and all those other trends that show San Diego plays well against lefties, they're pulling his ass early. They're not going to let him go deep. They don't need to. They're not going to save bullpen arms. Use them or lose them. And that's the situation that I think San Diego finds themselves in. That's why the second half of that parlay was the Max Fried under. Now that was plus 125. So you got a 235, a plus 125. And if you box them together, you got a plus 637. That's why I wasn't going to kind of just lead off with that. I wanted, if you guys wanted it, then, you know, to me, it was just an opportunity where I thought you can get involved and go after it and get some cash. So that's what I thought. You know, at the end of the day, Nuke Worker. Yeah. There's been some, again, you got to aggregate these sources to pull some of this information together. But if you take a snip from here, you take a snip from there, you add those 2 snips together, all of a sudden you got kind of a more illumination. It's more illuminated around how exactly are you going to go and attack that game. And I think that's the best way to do it. So That's the card. That's the card. Look, I don't normally give out duck races here. I don't think we've ever done it. But since we do have a special occasion, and tomorrow will be the first game eligible for the Second Chance Survivor, we'll give one away. If you guys want to hang out here for a few minutes, hit the one in the chat. It's more fun when there's more guys on screen with me doing a duck race, but put a one in the chat if you want to be a part of the duck race. I'll pop this thing together for us real quick, and we can still get out of here before 7 o'clock. So this duck race, no cost to you. I will pay for your Second Chance Survivor entry. Of course, Joe T's the first fucking guy in there. Silent Rob. I got you guys. Silent Rob, Ken Wood, Sancho, Algus, Tim Montana, Lil Domo, KJ, T Gray, Brandon Smith, Joe W, Philly Eagle Flyer, Trisha M, Coin, Smoke, my brother Smoke. I should probably look. I said I was hunting and packing, and all of a sudden I'm looking without anything else. Keith. Yeah, you can. You can, IceX, but maybe you can win one here. I'll put you in there. Oldie, Jerry Davis, Chris Sella, NJ Striker, Voodoo Ranger. Got Jerry Davis. Keith. All right. If you don't hear your name, fire it back in there. I got Joe T, Michael P, Silent Rob, Ken Wood, Sancho, Algus, Tim Montana, Lil Domo, KJ, T Gray. I got Brandon Smith, Joe W, Philly Eagle Flyer, Trisha M, Coin, Smoke, Keith, IceX, Oldie, Jerry Davis, Chris Striker, Chris S, NJ Striker, Voodoo Ranger, Tuvin, Keensom, Kale 707 Bear, Nuke, of course, my guy Nuke. Love Nuke, man. Nuke is my fucking spirit animal. Tarek B. All right. I think I got a bunch of you guys now. Oh, Yo-Yo. I got Yo-Yo, man. Let's hang out. All right. Going. Shut up. Skunt. I'll get Skunt there. Of course, I got to get Skunt in there. What the fuck? Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Don't want to leave my guy Skunt out, T Gray. You're a real one. Thanks, dude. Shout out to Old E. He gifted a membership. He's part of the crew. He's gifted another membership. Man, you guys are on fire tonight. I love it. I appreciate all of that. I appreciate all you guys hanging out, rocking with us here. Let me get you guys put into this duck race. I'll get it set up. And we'll get it going. We'll just do a minute. Just a 1 minute duck race. 29 of you entered. I don't know the rest of you. I don't know why the rest of you don't want to be in, but maybe you already tapped out. All right, let's go. Quack is right. Quack is right. Here we go. Okay. Ducks ready? Ducks set? Chance to get a free entry to this Second Chance Survivor. The top prize is, I think it's like 15 grand. There's 25 grand in prizes. Maybe they'll have more depending on their total number of entries. Good luck. Thank you. The first ever. We don't have many first evers left here on Sports Money. But we do have a first ever duck race at Pregaming. And right now we got Old E coming out to the front. Here comes Cal 707 Bear. Here comes Keith. He's got the doctor's jacket and the stethoscope, but not enough to move. Speaking of moving, Ice Viking. Only fitting Ice Viking gets the Viking hat. How about that? Let's go. Let's see what happens. 27 seconds to go for you guys. Winner going to get themselves a free entry to the Second Chance NFL Survivor, courtesy of your boy here in Sports Money. Chris Sala's got the mask on, but he's fading back the entire. They must have found a down current and pushed everybody back. But again, out of nowhere comes Ice Viking. He peaked at the lead early. He's got the lucky 18 on as well. Ice Viking, lucky 18. Shout out to you, Ice. I'm sorry, Ice X. Ice X. I said Ice Viking. I meant Ice X. Shout out to you, Ice X. With the lucky 18. The Viking hat threw me off. But congratulations, my friend, Ice X. Good for you. Congratulations, Ice X. Reach out to me on DM. DM me on X, I should say. And I will get you set up. Anybody that has questions about it can reach out to me on X. And we'll get you guys set up. Big fun, lots of fun. And again, shout out to my guy Gonzo. Made it happen. And Ramon had Joe W. and Chris Sella in the exacta. Just missed. But thank you guys. Thank you everybody for hanging out with us tonight. A little fun there to kick it off. We only had 2 spots tonight, but here we are rocking and rolling. And that's going to be it. That's going to put the bow on the show for you guys. We had the first ever in pre-game in history, a duck race. Thank you, Nuke. Thank you, Sancho. Thank you, Ramon Scott. Thank you, Oldie. Thank you, IceX. Thank you, Philly Eagle Flyer. Thank you, Cliff Yang. Thank you, everybody that came out here and rocked with us tonight. Thank you, Skunt Blaster. Skunt Blaster with the dono. Cameron Sinet with the dono. Trisha M, not just a dono, but 5+ gifted memberships. Shout out to Old E gifted memberships. 3 of them from my guy Old E. And, oh, no. Shout out to Skunt Blaster. He says run another duck race on him. Okay. You don't have to twist my arm if you guys want to hang around and fucking race ducks for the... I'm in. Let me get the comments back up. Let me get over to see who's in. I don't want to. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna put everybody back in. Except IceX. IceX, you don't want to be back in because the rules are if you win again, then you have to pay for 2. So I'm doing you a favor by taking you out. We have seen somebody win back-to-backs, and you don't want that trouble. You don't want that trouble. So Guillermo Zertucci, let's get him in there too. He's here. We'll get my guy G in there. IceX is your fine. All right, IceX. You want me to put you back in, IceX? You don't want that, but I will if you do. He wants all the smoke. All right. Oh, he says, you're good. No, thanks. That's what I thought, dude. I was doing you a favor. Taking you out. Gotta make sure I get Nasty Nate in there too. I don't know if he's still here, but I'll get him back in there. We'll go back after it. You guys want another duck race? I'll give you a duck race. Second Chance Survivor. This one sponsored by our friend, our partner in breaking the books, Skunt Blaster, author of the Skunt Bag Play of the Day. I still can't say it without smiling. That's how you know you got a good name. That's how you know you got a good name. All right. Skunt Blaster is contributing and looking to give somebody a free NFL Survivor Second Chance entry. Love it, man. Love you guys. People helping people, man. That's so much fun. That's what it's all about. Ducks are in the pond. The current is floating. Everybody's lined up, and they are up and floating down the track. Quacking away. Brandon Smith. He's got a little extra. He's got a spoon. He's using that spoon maybe as a paddle, but it's not quite enough. Tarek B, the 27 horse or the 27 duck takes the lead, but Kenny W Kenny Wood. It's early. You guys don't want to peak early. You don't want to peak early. It's not peaking duck. It's getting a chance to get on an NFL Survivor entry. And here floats Joe T. Down the river. Not quite enough, but here comes August. Sneaking up. Kind of hit that front wall again as well. Everyone's kind of floating back. Who's going to do it up? Tim Montana, the duck from outer space, maybe? Philly Eagle Flyer's got the snorkel on. He's ready to swim under the waves and get behind it and make it happen. Joe W., the 13. Everybody falls back. Newt falls back just a touch. Here comes the plaid duck. Cliff Yang. Cliff Yang, the 31 plaid duck, gets himself a second chance Survivor entry, courtesy of our friend Skunt Blaster. You guys are fucking awesome, man. I love you guys. Shout out to you, Skunt Blaster. Thanks for contributing the dono, your time, and an NFL second chance Survivor entry to our guy Cliff. This is going to start tomorrow. You guys are not going to want to miss out. It's go round. If you guys did get that middle package that we talked about preseason, it was only a couple dollars more. You got that second chance Survivor entry anyways. But shout out to Cliff Yang. First win ever, he says. Couldn't have happened to a better guy. I appreciate all you guys, man. You guys rock and roll. Ramon Scott says, Adams, doubtful. Sunday versus Denver. Kind of like Denver in that spot. Ramon Scott, I'm curious your thoughts on that. But how about this, you guys? I don't know if it's funny or not, but 2-game card. Hour-long show. You guys are awesome. Thanks for putting up with me and my nonsense. And now let's go out there and make a couple cents on these bookies as we try to close this thing off with a bang. Game number 2, big spots, Atlanta Braves, San Diego Padres, but first come the Mets and the Brewers. Hopefully we'll be making some big waves in that pond tonight with these parlays that we've got out there. Good luck to everybody. Thanks for hanging out. Good luck with your action. Enjoy your night. Look out for